Howdy folks, Kerbo here, welcome back to Ravenport. We're going to try to do some landscaping today. I've had some issues getting this to work where I can move the little brush with the mouse. It seems to be in a good mood, so we're going to try it. I'm not sure what keeps happening to make it break. But we're in sculpting mode. I'll actually want to get over to painting mode. I'm going to pull up the F1 menu. So this is where we set our texture that we want. So let's get a grass texture. I wish they would tell you what the name of the texture was. There we go. And we can paint over this ugly color, which is nice. So we can make our pasture kind of all the same color here. Yeah, this is going to cost me some money. We'll see what the price is when we're done here. Sculpting costs quite a bit. So if you've used the map editor, the Giants editor to make a map before, this is pretty familiar. It's kind of the same thing. It's just easier and more accessible to everybody. Game, so that's a nice feature. Glad they made it. And in here, let's make our brush a little bit smaller. Cleaning this up. We can come back and patch the dirt in if we need to. Makes it super easy to modify your map. You don't have to fire up the editor and learn how all that works. It's bigger again. I want to get all this under the straw as well. That straw plane goes away. We still have the same grass texture. Ooh, it keeps costing you money even if it's already painted. I did not expect that. So that's pretty decent. Now it's at least, you know, it's all the same color. Unfortunately, this does delete grass. It's just a texture. So at least for now, you don't keep your grass. Like the growing grass. No grass will grow here, as far as I know. It's just a texture. So if you paint here, it gets rid of that grass. Which is good right here, because I actually want to get rid of that grass. So let's get the ground texture. There's one. Is that just the one with a little bit of grass in it? Through here. What's this one like? Let's get our brush a little smaller. Kind of a transition. We'll get rid of that grass there that's looking kind of goofy. Kind of a transition sort of out of the dirt area. There we go. I like it. It's a little less obvious. That's an edge. And we'll probably make a dirt path all around here, but we'll just clean up these edges. A little bit. Make it a little more seamless, and like I said, get rid of this grass here. Kids are playing Xbox in the background, so you may hear some background noise. And wifey is out and about. It sounds like texting me, where she is, because she's been gone for 5 minutes. So she needs to nag me. That's a group message. Cool. About Christmas. It's all good. So let's make some gravel down here in front of the building. Tab over. Oh, no, I think it's. What is it? It's the gravel. That gravel? It is. Alright, so that's the same like as what's under the building. Kind of what I wanted. So I'm going to get rid of this grass that's growing in the concrete. that's supposed to be concrete. I'm not sure. That gravel? Different kind of concrete. Actually, that light colored dirt. Kind of a chipped gravel or something. Where's the actual, like, gravel, or is that the gravel? That's two different kinds of concrete. I really wish they would just put the name there. So much. Alright, so let's put some gravel down the front here. Switch. Also wish you could just hover over something and hit a key to pick that texture. That would be cool. Kids are going to town on Super Mario Brothers over there. Alright, then we can kind of blend this in. I like this little blend. There we go. Alright, now if we get some dirt. That dirt? No, that's mud. Sand. That's sand. That's wet sand. That's wet mud. We'll find the dirt eventually. There it is. I think that's the dirt we want. So let's rotate the camera around this way. What I wanted to do was make a little path. Kind of where I do chores here. Nothing, you know, too spectacular, but kind of where we normally drive. It's going to be worn out a little more. A little bit connected there. So there we go. I like it. So that's what you can do with landscaping. I know, even the horses are excited. Oop, I just went past it. Blend there. There is no blending of textures, but that kind of helps a bit. And one thing I wanted to do over here, kind of open that up a little bit. Like it goes onto the path. That's looking pretty good. I'm just going to ignore that back there for now. So just kind of cleaned up around the horse pasture and made the grass all the same color. That helps quite a bit. I noticed there's weeds along here, but may have to get that with the plow or something. I don't know why. I don't know why the grass is that way. I think maybe it did that when I had to edit and redo the fields. Kind of mess it up a little bit. But small price to pay for getting the land back. Now if we look over here in the finances, you should see construction cost. Wait, what? Oh, that's because all kinds of stuff. It's because I was selling buildings and whatnot. So I didn't look at the price in post-edit. Maybe I can look. I don't know how much we just spent, but we spent a little bit of money. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. At least the grass is all the same color. I don't know why this keeps getting open. Pretty sure that was closed. The only downside, like I said, is it does get rid of the growing grass. Hopefully at some point we can get an option to put grass down. Because you can do that in the editor. It's just a different layer. A little bit still growing there, that's fine. So we have horses. We need to get some oats planted. So I think I'm going to get rest of the fields here on the farm itself cultivated. And we'll see how that goes. So that we need 25, 26, and 19 all need. Do they need? No, they don't need plowed or anything. That one's the one that need plowed. So we can just plant now because our planter does cultivating as well. So let's get the cultivator hooked up. And I just redid all my wheel and joystick buttons, so we'll see how that works out. So what I did is I unbound all the bindings in FarmSim itself for my wheel and my joystick because some of the buttons just wouldn't work. And it was annoying. Oh, my stupid TrackIR is reset. Tell you what, try to play and it's like one thing after another. There we go. At least the tractor's starting now. Earlier I couldn't get that button to work. That works. Nope, we need to turn this back off. There we go. Forward gear. Alright, let's get the planter hooked up. I believe it cultivates as well. And just double check. And I apologize if the kids are noisy. They are having a good time in there on the Wii, Nintendo Wii. Part of being a dad, you get noisy kids sometimes. Uh-oh. Doing my usual stellar job of driving. How'd I even get this in here and it's that messed up? One may ask. Raw skill, my friend. Raw skill. Extremely raw. Nope, still not going to come out. Alright, fine. We're off to a great start here, planting. Take that, Mr. Planter. Got the this is the Star, right? Yeah, the 3570. So what do we want to plant here? Is it this key that changes? Is that why? No, is it that key? There we go. We want to plant oats, which I think is that icon, but I probably should double check before we get started here. Pretty sure that's oats. So let me get pulled over here. Go tell the kids to quiet down a little bit, and we'll check the menu. So that should be oats. Somewhere down in here. I thought they broke it down by crop. Grains and root crops. They don't really tell you what it is, but I'm pretty sure that's oats. Because that's wheat, barley, canola, corn, sunflowers, soybeans. So that's got to be oats. And potatoes and sugar beets. All right. Oats. Pretty sure that's what we're planting. But, you know, why use words when some kind of cryptic picture will do? And can I tell it not to fertilize? Actually, that's a great question because I don't think this field needs any additional fertilization. Oh, it's the next one over. This can use a layer. All right. 24 needs it, so we're okay there. See if we can get this planted. So we need to lower down, power you up. Away we go. The Star a planter, you can plant pretty fast. I didn't put ridge marker down. I didn't even look to see if I had a ridge marker. have been a smart thing to do. So we're going to guess at it. If I have ridge marker, what's my ridge marker button? Left on that one, okay. I don't think we have ridge markers, so we're good. We're as good as we're going to get. See how badly we did. Can't really see past this thing, it's so tall. How do we do? I think we did alright. A bit hard to tell here in the fading sun. Through the bush. That they say, a John Deere in the hand is worth two in the bush. Something like that. The dad jokes are free. I don't charge extra. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was level out that area by the barn. That's what I was going to do while I was landscaping. That just reminded me driving by the barn there, and I missed a little strip over there. Definitely not doing a perfect job of planting. Bird just flew right through my cab. What's up with that, bird? Whoa! Coming down off that hill a little quick. But for the other field, we don't need to use fertilizer. So I guess maybe I could unload this and then just load it with seed. I don't think there's any way to just turn off the fertilization option, but we'll check the F1 menu. I'm still learning some of this Farm Sim 19 stuff. Let's pull that up. We have unload. We don't have, I don't see anything that tells me I could turn off the fertilize function. Come on, John Deere. There we go, let's get some lights on. Now that my buttons work, look at that, I can even honk with my steering wheel. So I don't know if I finished that thought. I think I got distracted earlier. I redid all my buttons. So I don't have any bindings for my wheel or my joystick buttons in the game. Except for the shuttle control like I showed in the video. So what I did is in Logitech Profiler for my G27, I set it up to send the appropriate key presses. And then in my CH Control Manager for my Fighterstick Pro, or here, whatever it's called, HOTAS joystick, I use the CH Control Manager to set up macros so it sends the appropriate key presses. And that's working out just fine. So, I gave up on Giants fixing their input stuff for now. Just program it that way. Alright, I think we're good. We did miss a little bit on one of these passes over here. Where was that? A little bit of a miss there. Run down through here. I think it's a little hard to see through the dirty windshield. I think that's probably good enough. So we head up here to the next field. How do I unload this bad boy? Kids are having a great time. I don't know if you heard them. They just said, "Sorry, Daddy." They're good kids. They're just getting excited playing Nintendo. So if I unload, which is this button, that unloads the seed and the fertilizer. That opens and closes. Oops, in reverse. Now if I want to fill up just the seed, pull over to this crate here. I call it everything but a big bag. I keep doing that. It's a big bag. I don't know why I can't just say big bag. Oh, that's right. I couldn't bind. I think I could bind that one first. That one's actually not bound, so I gotta hit R. There we go. So now we have just oats. We won't waste any fertilizer because that field over there is already fertilized. So that's one way to do it, I guess. Since you can't turn that function off as far as I know. So we'll do that. I've not played a ton of 1.2 beta patch, but it almost seems like the TrackIR doesn't drift as much. Hoping that's... Oh, that was already lowered. Weird. I'm hoping that's the case. Maybe it's just my imagination. It seems like, anyway, that it works better. So things are looking up. We got a beta patch with some landscaping. I got all my buttons bound. Good. Got lights everywhere. And we've got some horses, we've got some oats going in the ground. I drove too far away from the edge of the field over there. This thing is just, it's too tall, I can't see over it. Hard to tell what I'm doing. So we're in good shape. Still a few bugs, but we're having fun. Especially the kids. They're having a lot of fun in there. They actually fired up the old Nintendo Wii and they're playing Super Mario Brothers. It gets pretty wild. Need to go out a little more before I turn. That would be better. And Mama's going to be back here any minute with some Chick-fil-A, so life is good. This, I think, will be Friday's video, so I hope you had a good week. I'm still recording this on Saturday the 8th. Because work is going to be crazy, and if I don't get some recording done today, there'll be no videos all week. And I kind of want to continue this farm. So we're getting recording done ahead of time. I'm missing some on the edge. I'm bringing it up too early. It's kind of sloppy oat planting, but at least we'll get some oats in the ground for the horses. But we're on slow plant growth, so I don't know. The horses are okay. I don't think I'm gonna be able to train them until they get oats. Like I rode Nifty, and the I forget what they call the stat. The training, whatever that's called, didn't go up any. It's still at 5%. So I'm thinking maybe if you don't feed them oats, they don't train. I thought maybe they would train at a reduced rate or something, but we're still learning. So we got to get some oats. I may actually go buy some oats if that's possible, just to get them started on the training. Come on, John Deere. But I watched coming onto the field there. It accelerates really good because we're coming down off a little bit of a hill. Sometimes I'm not getting that cultivator lowered. Fine. Planter, cultivator, seeder. I don't know what it's called. It's that orange and green thing. Put seed in the ground. Yeah, see, I brought it up a little too early there. Get out of here, birds. Got 2 more passes. We'll have this 2 fields here done. Their TrackIR drifts a little bit, so maybe it was my imagination. It was better. It's worth it though. I'm really enjoying this series, driving from the cab here. I kind of have to do my recording in batches. I can't leave my wheel out all the time. Use my desk for too many other things. But it's nice and immersive, sitting in the cab. It's got a little bit of camera movement going. Easy to look around and see what you're doing. Easy to run into trees. Oh, we just missed it. Whee! And we got one more little finish pass over here. And I missed a strip over there, but whatever. We'll just leave it. I'm going to do all 4 fields here around the home farm and oats, and we'll kind of see how that gets us along with the horses. And we'll do some money crops in the other fields, and of course we've got the grass fields that we need to get planted. Over there, 20, 21, I think. We've got 22, and is it 18 maybe? I'm starting to get used to the field numbers. Those will be like just our money crops that we grow to sell. All right. Oats in the ground. Still got 225 left, so I think I've got enough to at least get this field over there. So I'm going to go do that. We're coming up on the half-hour mark, so I will call this episode here. Oh, there's grass here. That's why. Interesting. So we'll call it here. Appreciate you hanging out as always. Thanks for watching. And I will catch you next time.